Chapter 3, Tutu on Board. Mom, can I have a sleepover? Autumn is always welcome here, you know that. Mom is in her bedroom, putting on her blue scrubs. I'm sitting on the edge of her bed. I want to invite 6 girls from my school and Autumn. Oh. She reaches into the closet and grabs a cardigan. 7 kids? When would you have this sleepover? Not this weekend, because the Haileys are already having a party, and Autumn will be at her dad's. So mine will be next weekend, Saturday night. Well, I'm glad you want to have friends over, but I won't be off my shift until 4 a.m. And she lowers her voice. That's a lot of kids. You know how tired Tutu gets. I don't think she can handle it. She walks over to the hallway. I slid off the bed and hurried after her. Tutu doesn't have to do anything. I don't know. She steps into the kitchen. Where would your guests sleep? In the living room, in sleeping bags, I say. Mom frowns as she puts on her cardigan. We both look at the kitchen counter, into the living room, where Tutu is watching TV in her pink bathrobe, like she always does after dinner. I'll ask her, I say. Tutu is 83 years old. She used to work at the travel agency, but her customer service attitude got bad, and she started to get things mixed up, like sending a honeymoon couple to Tijuana instead of Tahiti. And then she had a heart attack, and she couldn't live alone anymore. So that's when she came to Seattle to live with us. She spends so much time on her couch that the cushion on one end has a permanent dent in it, shaped just like her butt. Tutu? I say as I sit next to her. She smells like coconut lotion, which she always rubs on her elbows and her knees. Clicker. She holds out her hand. I don't like the news. Too much hatred in the world. I hand the clicker to her and she changes the channel to a talk show. Why can't people just get along? When I was a little girl in camp, no one robbed anyone. When we all went fishing and shared our catch. Tutu always calls the place where she grows up camp. It was owned by the Lehiu plantation. Her dad worked for the sugar company, cutting sugar cane, and her mom raised 8 kids in a tiny 2-bedroom cottage that didn't have a bathroom. All the families in the camp had to share an outhouse and a washroom. Tutu loves telling stories about her childhood and how her grandfather used to hunt wild pigs with a bow and arrow, and how she and her brothers would use nets to trap black river crabs, and how she once saw a menehio, which is a tiny person who lives in the forest. Mom says that some of the stories are true, but some are products of Tutu's very active imagination. Usually I like listening to Tutu's story, but right now I want to talk about my party. Fishing sounds nice, Tutu. I pause. Can I have 6 friends over for a sleepover, plus Autumn? On the weekend, after this weekend? Mom won't be here because she's got the night shift. I'm not cooking, she says, changing the weather report. The reporter says it might get cold enough to snow. Snow would definitely put Tutu in a grumpier than usual mood. You don't have to cook. We can feed ourselves. I'm not cleaning. You don't have to clean. I'll do it. I smile. This is looking promising. Tutu, don't let Leilani pressure you, Mom calls from the kitchen. 7 is a lot of kids. You'll get tired. I'm always tired, Tutu complains. When I was young, I never got tired, even after working at the factory all day. I could label pineapple cans faster than anyone. And when I got home, I still had enough strength to do my chores and homework. She changes to a game show called Hollywood Squares. I don't want Tutu to get distracted by the show, so I lean real close. What do you think about the sleepover? I ask. I'm not reading bedtime stories or wiping noses or driving kids home if they get scared. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Does she think we're 5 years old? Besides, she doesn't have a driver's license anymore. So it's okay? I can have the sleepover? She grunts. I throw my arms around her neck and kiss her wrinkled cheek. You're the best Tutu ever. This is true, she said. Aloha ia oi, I tell her. That means I love you in Hawaiian. Aloha ia oi, she says back.